Good evening to one and all present here. A warm welcome to this webinar on cloud computing. I deem it a pleasure to welcome our resource person, Professor Suparna Sakya sir. He is a professor of Department of Electronics and Computer Engineering from Thiruvannamalai University, Nepal. Professor holds PhD in Computer Science Engineering from Lviv Polytechnic National University, Ukraine. He served as Executive Director at National Information Technology Center, Government of Nepal, and also Head of the Department of Electronics and Computer Engineering, Director of Center of Information Technology, and Chairman of Electronics and Computer Engineering Subject Committee, Institute of Engineering, Tribhuvan University. He has also served as coordinator of Eureka and IDEAS. These projects are funded by European Commission through Erasmus Mundus program. He is a professor of computer engineering at Department of Electronics and Computer Engineering, Institute of Engineering, University, and also a visiting professor in Brown University, USA. He is the advisor member of National Information Technology Committee, Government of Nepal. He has published more than 80 technical and policy-related papers in national as well as international reputed journals. He is a steering committee member of School on Internet, Kyoto University, Japan. He is presently serving as a project coordinator of LEADER, financed by European Commission through Erasmus Mundus. He is the life member of Indian Society for Mathematical Modeling and Computer Simulation, IIT Kanpur, India, member of IEEE, member of Society of Digital Information and Wireless Communications, senior member of International Association of Computer Science and Information Technology, honorary fellow member of Scientific Society of Advanced Research and Social Change, senior member of Science and Engineering Institute. He is keenly interested in research and development of ICT, e-government system, information security for e-government system, multimedia system, computer system simulation and modeling, cloud computing and security, energy efficiency in cloud computing, information system, computer architecture and software engineering. He was awarded by Nepal Education Leadership Award and outstanding contribution to education on World CSR Day and World Sustainability. He was awarded as one of the 100 most dedicated professors and also awarded Best Professor in Computer Engineering Studies by World Education Congress. He was conference chair of Springer International Conference on Mobile Computing and Sustainable Informatics on 23rd and 24th of January 2020. He is the chief editor of Journal of Artificial Intelligence and Capsule Network. He has organized many international conferences in Nepal such as Springer, IEEE related to security and computing. He has already given keynote speech related to cloud computing and security in IEEE and Springer conference. He has delivered his keynote speech in Seoul National University, South Korea, and in the 16th International Multi-Topic Conference in Pakistan, organized by University of Engineering and Technology and IEEE, and invited speaker in e-government implementation in Nepal at San Diego University, USA, as well as on e-government initiative and adopting cloud computing as an e-government platform in Nepal. He has implemented cloud services model in e-government at IEEE ICA conference, and he has lot for his credentials, and we wholeheartedly welcome you, sir, and looking forward for your presentation. We would welcome you with the virtual bouquet. Thank you for being here amidst your busy schedule, sir. Over to you, sir.
Speaker in this webinar session, yeah, organized by your college, yeah. So I can share my slide here now. Hello. So my topics is cloud computing, security issues and challenges in the SaaS environment. Yeah, already given by my introduction, already given by Deepa Madam. I special thanks to Principal Dr. S. Padmavati and Sri Abhaya Sri Srimal Jain, Secretary. Then after that, Sri R. Ashok Kumar Mehta, Associate Secretary. Then Associate Professor Deepa, Department of Computer Science and Director External Affairs. So this is the Nepal flag. So this is my short CV. So I will talk today. I'm going to talk about the introduction part, need of cloud. Then after that, features of cloud computing. Then deployment model. Then after that, cloud service models. Then security issues in the cloud computing and importance of security issues in the cloud. And then after that, I'm going to focus on SaaS environment, how we can make it effective and efficient SaaS security models. And then after that, some health monitoring and education system. And then after that, the SaaS technologies using in the COVID-19 also, and summary and conclusion. Okay. And cloud computing, everybody knows nowadays we are using the cloud-based systems in our mobile, in our computer devices. Cloud computing is an internet-based computing where all the shared resources like software and information are provided to the computers and the device on demand. Then another is the cloud computing is a type of computing that provides simple on demand access to pools of highly elastic computing resources. That means we can access services from anywhere and any place. This is the main good characteristics of the cloud computing. And this is the cloud computing. Just I can show you some applications is there, and some platforms are there, and some infrastructures are there. Infrastructure means compute, block storage, network, and then after that platform means object storage, identity and runtime, queue, database. That means application. We are using many application nowadays. We are using collaboration, like we are using the MS Teams, Zoom. These are few applications also we are using. That means these are the some basic foundation. Then why need for cloud? Cloud is the very important nowadays. The traditional technologies are changing into cloud-based change, cloud-based services like government e-governance system are changing into cloud governance nowadays. The government is developing some infrastructure in cloud base. That means need of scale and rich IT infrastructures has been limited factors for the government. That's why we need the cloud computing. The government ability to deploy more application is the limited by its capacity to create the more data centers, another, so that we are implementing the cloud. Then after that, cloud also help to government ensure IT needs of department are disbursed in the form of computing capacity, not in the form of budget. These are the few features of the cloud computing: on-demand self-services, broad network accesses, then after that resource pooling, then after that rapid elasticity, individual application we can implement it, we can call as scalable, and we can measure the services. That means as we can use this service, so we can pay as much we can use, and ubiquitous access is the most important factors. And then after that, we can use the complete virtualization. And there are four deployment models are using: public, private, community, and hybrid. These are the few deployment models are nowadays using everybody. And this is the another is the cloud service models, or we can call as SPI service model. That means service as a software as a service, then after that platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. The both three infrastructures. So this type of service model, we need to do security. Security is the main concern of this cloud computing environment. And difference between SaaS, PaaS, and ASR. SaaS is the software as a service. Then after that, operating environment largely irrelevant. Fully functional application provided like CRM, enterprise resource planning, and as well as the email. Then after that, platform as a service, we can use operating environment included example is Windows, .NET, Linux, J2E application of choice deployment. Then after that, we can use infrastructure as a service is the virtual platform on which required operating environment and application are deployed, including storage as a service offer. So another is the just I mentioned it. I skip this slide now. So why government cloud service is most important to reduce the government costs. In the traditional way, when I was executive director, every ministry they are creating their own data centers, own server centers, and it's increase the cost of the government government cost. Then after that, and reduce the redundancy of the IT infrastructure. We can use by using the cloud services, cloud computing, we can reduce the redundancy of the IT infrastructure by sharing. Sharing, we can share all the infrastructure. We can make it cloud data center or cloud environment so that we can share the resources. Then after another is the service level agreement. This means that means we have to guarantee the services, then on demand service, any facility, anywhere, anytime. These are the few things. So then after that, so next is the cloud vision for the e-governance. So we can work all of the e-governance services by using the internet over cloud. Internet access is the most important for the government, and then we can access by using the cloud computing facilities. And another next is the distributed data centers. And then after that, more critical problem is the data center operation. We need very excellent human resources who can operate the data center, cloud data center. This is the most important for the e-governance by using cloud in the e-government system. And cloud architecture and service provider are SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS, infrastructure as service. In the case of SaaS, various service like government to government, government to business, government to employee, government to citizen, and another is the service level agreement related to the SaaS. So the government service must be very secure manner. We have to make it security type of website. We have to audit it, security audit, security measure, we have to follow it. Then after that, government to business, also one of the another SaaS environment, and government to employee, government, and then after that, government to citizen. So we are getting the more and more service by the government to citizen. So we have to make it very secure manner. Then after that, in the case of platform as a service is middleware solutions, database services, backup services. Then after that, infrastructure we can say as a hardware, storage, and as well as the network. And cloud services, that means in the COVID-19 pandemic. So I am just talking about this is the COVID problem in a COVID-19 problem nowadays in all over the world. So cloud companies are offering tools, services, and funding initiative to help scientists and researchers combat the COVID-19 pandemic. Then after a recent announcement that Alibaba Cloud and they are providing some Google Cloud platform and Microsoft Azure and Amazon aim to providing funding and tools for scientists working in the COVID-19. That means there is so many cloud platform service are available nowadays. It is possible to work in the home. Everybody is working in the home, and then after that, everybody is giving the service to the companies and as well as the government, and students also enjoying their lecture by online. Next is the Alibaba Cloud offers medical personnel access to epidemic prediction modeling tools, image analysis, and genetic sequential of the software. Then after that, Scale, Google Cloud Platform, and Microsoft Azure announced they will provide simulation, workflow, automation tools, and compute and storage resources to accelerate the process of combating the diseases. Then after that, the many science asks the scientists, researcher, or people who might be able to support accelerated COVID-19 research. The Amazon has commitment 20 million over the next year to accelerate the research, innovation, and development to better understanding and detect the COVID-19 in additional to other diagnostic solution to migrate future infection diseases outbreak. That means the IT we can use as a tools to do the research work, and we are using supercomputers and SPC computers so that the cloud computing can make it possible nowadays. So cloud, we can make such type of environment. We can create and we can work from the home also. And another is the stress test of the cloud services. Cloud COVID-19 virus putting millions of more people into the working from home. Just I mentioned it. Category cloud service provider as being put to the test. Then after that, Google Cloud is another, has formed an internet working group to plan for and mitigate against the business impact resulting from the COVID-19. Then the company expressed confidence its system and contribute to support customer during this time. And another is the Microsoft Azure. Nowadays we are using some Teams platforms, so we can now they're using in meetings, calling, or conference since January 31. That means we are using the Microsoft Teams also. This is the one of the another application of the cloud service provided by the Microsoft. So cloud-based e-learning, another before COVID or nowadays we are using the cloud-based e-learning platform. So cloud computing, a flexible and internet-based data storage hosting service allow e-learning provide to host their proprietary software e-learning content from anywhere with the network connection. And for the university computers, lab updated are no longer harder. Nowadays, the lab also we can implement, we can maintenance by online also by using Internet of Things technology, IoT, we can say as IoT. So we can access the device, we can implement the device, we can do some experiment in the physical device, but we are not going to our university, we can handle from our home also. This is the another good applications. By supporting big data and multimedia stream, cloud computing and computing liberates providers from bandwidth limitation. So benefit of planning to implement the cloud-based e-learning environment. We just created all faculty members and students edu.np domain email addresses, and then after that we can request the Microsoft. They are providing us the software as a service platform. Microsoft Team we are using, it is very easy. Otherwise, if we can develop our own data center, it take 2-3 months, more than 4 months, because we have to develop some documents and tendering, and there is a few things very, it takes very large time, long time. So that by using the cloud computing environment, cloud-based e-learning environment, so it is easy to implement the online education environment. And another is the cloud services. I just mentioned in my previous slide also. I do not go much more discuss about this slides. Computational and storage services, we can call as a infrastructure as a service, and platform and cloud images, cloud platform service, software service means SaaS, and data service, billing management and maintenance service, content delivery service. And this is the next cloud definition framework. So in the cloud computing, these are the syllabus we can say as, and hybrid clouds is deployment models are private cloud, community cloud, public cloud, and service models are there. Essential characteristics, these are the few essential characteristics. Then after that, common characteristics. These are the syllabus I can say as This is the cloud computing syllabus. In cloud computing model, there is SaaS is there, PaaS is there, and there is AS is there. And that means servers, data center, fabrics, networking, and storage related to the infrastructure as a service. Then after that, platform as a service is middleware, database, development tooling, and then after Java runtime, then after that application runtime, then after that software as a service is the collaboration. I just mentioned in my previous last slide also CRM, ERP, HR, business process industry applications. So reference is already I mentioned in my slide. Then evolution in the webs. That means as is the compute and storage, no website. Then after that, application is the application related to SaaS technology, and development platform is we can call developer platform is called as a PaaS, and then after that, compute and storage is the infrastructure as a service. This is the software as a service is application on demand, platform as a service as developer platform for creating the application. Then after the infrastructure as a service is related to the storage and compute capabilities offered as a service. The difference is there. And cloud security is the one of the important parts. So my presentation is focused on the security, cloud security in the SaaS environment. Cloud security is the most important in the governance. Governance data is very strong. We have to make it capable, and we have to make it security, and we have to make it plan for disaster recovery and business community planning for this data secure. And then after that, we have to do some identification and as well as the access management. Then after that, data security is there, and availability and compliance is the another part. And these are the security issues, interoperability, and trust is the most important when using the cloud computing. And share also another issues. Data loss is the another issue. Sometimes we can lose the data, and DOS. This is the very fundamental things. Lack of standard is the another issue. If standard is not maintained, then after that security is problem. Challenging and issues of security in cloud computing are to provide the data confidentiality for the client and cloud user. So we need to give them very uh, trust. The client is the most important person, and cloud user also most important person. If the service provider cannot give the secure and the trust level, then after that nobody is using. That's why this is the most important part. Then after that, to ensure cloud information integrity. Then after that, to ensure application independence, single sign on, we can also call as SSO kind of authentication. And next is the security is the one of the top issues nowadays. So you already heard about that some banking sector they hack the data, and then every day we are listening such type of thing because the all systems are in the cloud system, e-banking systems and other service provider systems also. That means resources required to be protected in all three environments like SaaS, PaaS, and AS. With cloud, the person will lose control over the physical security of data. Of course, in the public cloud, enterprise or person is sharing computing resources. That means other enterprises where we do not know about the location or we do not know the place where our resources are being accessed or shared. So another is the data integrity is the another challenge is where we require ensuring that data is identically managed during the operation like transformation as well as the retrieval. The another challenge is the data level security is the most. Data is the most important factors because if we do not secure the data, that means we do not trust the system in the banking like banking and other applications in government application also. An important security issue in the cloud is that in every security system like e-commerce, e-governance, maybe in cloud or maybe in IoT, the three things is the most important: confidentiality, integrity, and the availability. Confidentiality means information kept private and as well as the secure. Availability means system available to whom require them. Then after integrity is the data that means modify, delete, or added. This is the another things. So cloud security and issues are the parameter that influence the cloud security is network. Network is the one of the most important part, and databases. We have to secure the database, and operating system we are using every day. This operating system must be secure, and virtualization. In cloud computing, the virtualization technology is one of the most important parts. That's why we have to secure the virtualization. Then after that, resource scheduling, transaction management, load balancing is the another part, and concurrently controls and memory management is the another part. And security problems with cloud computing, data issues, privacy issue, infected application. This is the another problem we have to maintain or manage, and then after that, security issues. General security advantages are shifting public data to the external cloud, reduce the exposure of the internal sensitivity data. Cloud homogeneity makes security auditing as well as testing very simpler. Cloud enable automated security management. Then after that, I already mentioned about the redundancy, and disaster recovery is the most important part for the security region. And this is the SaaS. In the SaaS, we are the all applications provided by the cloud. You can call as a SaaS, CRM, payroll, email, marketing, Salesforce, automation, e-commerce, blogs, websites. These are the few things. So just we are using the SaaS environment. We are using the application. We are the organization. They are kept their data in the cloud environment like platform and infrastructure, but we are using the software's applications like banking software, like our daily life daily we are using the softwares like there are a few types of software like Facebook, and these are also applications. And then after that, and e-learning environment also we are using every day nowadays. Database administration, word processing, content management, these are the few things of the SaaS examples. Then SaaS security is the Gartner has proposed 7 security issues are most important. Privilege, user access. Then after that, another is the regularity, compliance, and data location is the another SaaS security, and data segregation. Recovery is the most important part. When we lost the data, then after that is, so we must recover the data. Then after that, investigative support. Then after that, long-term viability is the another SaaS security. This is the Gartner proposed 7 issues. And SaaS checklist as follows. Is the security architecture document in full or not? Are especially security aspects such as applications, platforms, security taken into account, and which the security as a service functions are provided? Do the cloud services have the security certificate or not? This is the most important. Certificate or not, certification is the most important. In the case of software, we can call as a, in the component software development, suppose we need to use the certified components. Then after that, how can the security functions be integrated as a service? Are there open interfaces and user-friendly portal or not? Which cloud vendors and service are supported? This is the important vendors. Where is security 11 data store? These are the few questions you have to make a checklist when you are using the SaaS environment. And security needs for the SaaS environment is security management and the governance. Then after that, risk management. Risk management is the one of the most important when we are developing the SaaS environment, and policies, standard and guidelines. And we have to use the security software development life cycle, security architecture design, data privacy and data governance, and application security. And after that, identity access management, IAM. So next is SaaS security threats are another important part. Authentication and authorization is the most important in the SaaS environment if we want to make it software as a service in the security manner. And data confidentiality, availability, information security, data access, and data branches. And then after, identity management and sign-on process. So my research is focused on how we can make it security in the SaaS environment. There are so many parameters are there, but I am not talking whole about the parameters because it's due to time also and research. We can focus in the one way only, on some simple way and some concrete also. That's why we need to develop some security software development lifecycle. In previous software development, traditional software development, we are using just system development lifecycle, and system development lifecycle is not sufficient in the case of present scenario. So we need to support another one we can call as a SSDLC. Security software development lifecycle is the most important when we are going to develop software, so that and we can make it in the designing phase, also in analysis phase, also in the feasibility study, also every steps we have to measure and we have to focus on the security. That means the same phases used in traditional software development lifecycle may be adapted to supply specialized implementation in an information system projects. Identification of the specific threats and creating control to counter them. Then after that, security software development lifecycle is a coherent program rather than a series of random, that means seemingly unconnected action. And investigation is we can identify the process, outcome, goal, and constant of the project. Then after that, we can begin with enterprise information security policy. So we can start first from the information security policy of the enterprise or organization. Every organization, they have security measures, security policy is there. When we are going to develop a software, we have to follow the plan and policy of the organization first. Then after that, organization feasibility analysis. Then after that, we have to perform it. In the case of analysis, document from the investigation phase are studied. Then analyze the existing security policy or the programs along with documented current threats and associated controls. Then after that, we have to include analysis of relevant legal issue that could impact design of the security solutions. Risk management is the task begin. Risk management or risk analysis is the most important in the security software development lifecycle. Then after that, we have to design some logical things, create and develop blueprints for the information security. This the blueprint is the most important part here. Incident response actions plan like quantity planning, incident response, disaster recovery inside this logical design. Then after that, feasibility analysis to determine whether projects should continue or we can outsource. We have to think about this. In the case of physical design, we need to security technology is evaluated, alternative generated, and final design is selected. At the end of the phase, feasibility study determines readiness of the organization for the project. So implementation, in the case of implementation part, security solutions are acquired, tested, and implemented and test. We can test it again and again. Personal issue evaluated, specific training and education program we need to conduct it. Yeah. Then after that, entire tested package is presented to manage the final approval. Maintenance and change is another part. Perhaps the most important phase given the ever-changing threat environment. Often reparation and restoration of information is the constant deal with the unseen adversary. Then after that, information security profile of an organization require constant adoption as the new threats emerge and old threats evolve. And this is my summary and conclusion. And my recommendation is I just talk about the cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Service models, deployment models, and then after that, I'm focusing on the SaaS environment because nowadays every citizens using the software because platform and infrastructure is not interested to the citizens. So they are just using the software. They are using access the software. They are using the applications. That's why the when we are going to develop software applications, software service to the clients, we must focus on the security software development life cycle. So that software development life cycle is the most important part here. In every software, we have to follow the rule and regulation, and we have to follow the security software development life cycle. And I want to share about the, so in the case of if we want to host or we want to put some software application in our server, the first thing is that our software is secure or not. We have to do some security audits also, and security we have to measure the security also. Then after that we can keep in our website, or we can host somewhere in the data center, cloud data center. That's all. This is the most important part. Then after that, summary and conclusion is we discuss about the various level of software as a service. Then after that, in this presentation, we discuss the security holes associated with SaaS implementation. Then after that, security issues presented here concern the security of each SaaS components in addition to recent proposed solutions. Then after that, we have seen security issue and challenges for SaaS. Then after that, IT industry, that ever emerging technology brings some issues and challenges. This is also true for the cloud computing environment. And this presentation light about the said topic, especially in the SaaS. These are the few my references. So I just finished my presentation now. And so if you have any queries or question or whatever, yeah, maybe I can give you, yeah. Any questions, Priya? Some questions, Deepa madam? Hello? Hello? So my presentation is already finished, Priya. That's why, Priya madam. And so if you have any, thank you, Dishit Chaudhary. Very informative session. Thank you very much. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Informative session. So the software used for cloud currently is in the case of e-learning environment. We already mentioned EMS team, Azure. These are the few things they are using. And so trust level is the one of the another point. Yeah, trust level, how we can calculate. So we have to follow some plan and policies. I mentioned in my slide also. We have to mention about, just a minute, I can just we have to follow some checklist, and then after that we have to follow the checklist also, and according to this checklist, and we can develop the software also, and we can use according to this checklist. And when you are going to develop, and trust level is the another part, is that we have first, when we are developing the models, so that means software security software development lifecycle, we have to follow it. Yeah. Can we have copy or materials? Thank you, sir, for sharing with us knowledge. And can we have a copy? Okay, I will send you by email to Professor Madam Deepa. Okay, I can send you. No problem. No, you can, if you have any questions regarding this research, I am doing some research in this area. Research is not a 1 hour or 2 hours. No, we have to work more and more. So that if you have any question regarding this type of research, you can send me by email, so we can collaborate or we can do research. I can help you in any time, no problem. and so some parameters to calculate the behavior of the user. Oh, there are so many behaviors also. The main thing is that security related to the ethics. Yeah, if human being, if they have no ethics, suppose, yeah, ethics, then after that the security comes. If suppose we are, suppose the people are very cultural and we are very we are not doing some type of hacking, cracking, so such type of security is not coming. The behavior, that means human behavior is the most important part. Yeah. Next. Thank you, Jyoti. Maybe my spelling is not when I'm pronouncing your name. Yeah, Arun GK, very informative session, sir. Thank you very much, Arun GK, sir. Okay, thank you. And Kalai Mangal Kumaresan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. That means everybody is enjoying my presentation, I think. Yeah.
So if you have any questions, you can ask, or else the feedback link will be shared in the YouTube description. You can just click on it and submit your feedback. Is there any questions from the participants? The feedback link will be shared and it will be active till 8 p.m. today. So you can just fill in the feedback form. The e-certificate will be received within a week's time. Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative session. We look forward to more such collaborations. Thank you so much for your time, sir. And thank you, participants, for you have made this presentation a great success. Thank you so much.
Shankar from Sundar Bhai, Shashan Jain College.